Hey everyone, it is Mike here. It is Saturday, April 12th. Hopefully, you've all been keeping well. I know I haven't made a video in the last few weeks, but today's topic is going to be relating to that. I've also been experimenting with a new hairstyle, trying to slick it back. So, if you like it or don't, just leave a comment down below. Today, I wanted to make a video on energy levels and how I've noticed my body changing as I've entered into my 30s. Now, a few weeks ago, I turned 30, and obviously that's a milestone for a lot of people. Um, I wouldn't say, between late 20s to early 30s now, there has been a lot of changes. A lot of the things that I do feel now in my 30s, I already felt in my late 20s. And I've kind of covered those in past videos. But something that's been influencing me for at least the last 2 weeks has just been extremely low levels of energy. Um, It's a bit strange to me because a lot of things in my life haven't changed. I'm still getting those 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I know my sleep schedule could be a bit better, but that's generally been the amount of hours of sleep I get per night for the last few years. I'm still exercising 4 or 5 times a week in the gym, lifting weights. My diet's been the same no matter what I do. My energy levels have gone maybe from 70, 80%. They're always a little bit lower than 100%. So 70, 80% down to maybe 20, 30%. And it's been really influencing a lot of different aspects of my life. So as I was kind of tossing and turning over my bed the other night, waiting for the melatonin and magnesium to kick in, I was thinking to myself, I just have to accept that either my body or my mind are just mentally and physically exhausted. Now, I kind of want to get into some of the things that could factor into that. One of the things I've noticed is that when my mind is extremely tired, it's more susceptible to kind of mindless consumption of social media. This could look like Instagram Reels, Facebook Shorts. Oh my God. One of the things I notice when my mind has little energy is that it's more susceptible to just mindless scrolling. So this could look like, looking on Instagram for hours or watching endless YouTube videos. And it just feels like the more I engage with that stuff, the more my mind gets tired and the more it wants to consume, kind of like a vicious cycle. Now, I was watching a YouTube video by a YouTuber called Paulie Walnuts, and he said something kind of interesting. He said sometimes you just need to stop consuming online content so your mind can rest. I'm paraphrasing, but that was the essence of the video. While it's fun to consume things like podcasts, YouTube videos, or other types of social media content, it can also be really addicting. And while you might be consuming good knowledge going in, if you're not allowing yourself time to reflect on those ideas and or come up with your own ideas, your mind slowly becomes mindless and you just becomes mush. And I think over these last 2 weeks, that was what was happening to me. Whenever I was working from my home office, I was always engaging with YouTube videos or podcasts. And over the last few weeks, I could see my energy levels going down every single day. And it was really kind of concerning. When I did try to cut out some of the screen time, say if I was working from home and working away, and tried to not listen to a YouTube video or Spotify in the background, I could subconsciously feel my body craving that extra stimulus. So it was almost like I was going through withdrawal. So if you feel this in your own mind, it's really important to notice this pattern and try to stop it right away. It's so easy in life just to hit next video on YouTube, right? You're just maybe playing video games and you have a YouTube video playing in the background. You're not even looking at what you're clicking, you just hit next because you want to have that sound in the background to have that engagement. Um, but I'm telling you, if technology is not respected, it can really make you mindless. Now, in addition to robbing me of all of the energy I had during my free time, it also influenced my work performance. Whereas maybe a month ago, I would have a lot of energy and could do all my tasks in 3, 4 hours. Now it'd take me the full day. Um, just even regular duties too, like reading over documents and or preparing proposals. What might take me, an hour would take me 2, 3 hours. When I was reviewing a document, maybe I only have to read through once or twice before. Now I have to read it over 4 or 5 times to make sure I understood. It was like there was a constant brain fog in my life. To help you, if you're experiencing the same thing or you have in the past, here are some tips. So, tip number one is monitor your screen time. Now, I've already kind of talked on this quite a bit, but I kind of realized in my life I was going from, waking up, looking at my phone, for a few hours either in bed or while making breakfast or eating breakfast, to working on my laptop, either at home or at the office, and then going home and either watching Netflix or playing video games. And I think just all this kind of constant eye strain was causing a lot of other problems in my life too. So, for example, I think a lot of excess screen time resulted in a lot of extra neck strain and upper back strain. So, as I'm walking around or if I'm just sitting, I could feel my neck getting tight. I even feel it tight just going like this in front of you making this video. So now I have to do lots of stretches to try to correct that as well. Kind of going hand in hand with lots of screen time is tip number two, is too much time in the same position. Now, a lot of physicians will say, sitting is the new smoking of the 21st century. And I really believe that's true. So, at least at my office, I have the ability to have a standing desk. I don't have that same ability at home. So, what I do instead now is I try to at least stand every hour, move my body around, do some stretching, things like that, just to try to get some extra blood flow into my body to try to make it loose. So, it's really easy to kind of fall into that same trap, right? So, just be careful. Tip number three is make sure you're drinking lots of electrolytes. So, I've always been big on that. So, if I go to the gym, for example, I'll put some, Himalayan salt in my water bottle, some extra lime or lemon, just to get some extra nutrients in my day. But I noticed when I was really tired, I just needed to do it all the time. So instead of just having tap water all the time, I just put extra salt in it. I was putting extra salt in different types of food just to try to get some more electrolytes in my body. I was eating lots of bananas as well, just to try to get some more energy in there. Um, I don't know what it was. Yeah, I just needed extra energy. And my last kind of observation, tip number four, is that I find that I have less energy on days I don't shower. Now, hold your thoughts. I'm a clean guy. I generally shower every day, but I find that some days I don't do exercise. I don't end up showering because I can just go, oh, I just wake up and go straight to work in my home office and then do nothing else after, right? So, why do I need to shower? Maybe it stems from the fact that when I was younger, I used to think, okay, showers are earned, right? So either you do a hard day's work or you go to the gym or play, a soccer match or what have you, then you get to shower after. If I don't get it done, it's like it causes a chain reaction later in my day. Because I didn't shower, then, maybe I skip my vitamins. That, maybe I miss the brushing my teeth, and then I'm not as productive at work. I'm more distracted, and I'm not as happy, and my energy goes down. So maybe it's just me. I don't know. Just something I've noticed is that on days where I don't feel fully engaged is usually days where I just feel dirty on the outside. Maybe that's it too. Maybe if you feel dirty on the outside, you feel dirty on the inside as well. So, those are some of my suggestions on kind of how to deal with low energy, what I've been going through over the last few weeks, and how I've tried to rectify it, and kind of some of my ideas on excess screen time and screen addiction. If you have any thoughts, leave them down below. I'd love to hear your ideas. If you have any ideas for how to get more energy as well, please leave it down below. And yeah, I look forward to the next video. I do have a lot more ideas planned. I actually have a sheet of over 50 video ideas. I just haven't had the mental energy to even really write a script or to try to, you know, make a video good enough to post, right? So thank you so much for your patience and talk to you again soon. See you.